Minister, it's just over a year since the feasibility study on wool was published in July of last year. So my specific question, one of the many recommendations was to set up a wool council. And my question is an update on the work of the wool council and whether the 30,000 in departmental funding promised by your department has been drawn down.
Thank you, Deputy, and thank you for your continued interest in this. The wool sector is an important aspect of the wider agri-food sector. The Irish Grown Wool Council itself was formed officially on the 5th of April of this year, and it is an independent stakeholder-led council. Members of the council represent a very wide range of different industries and interests from within the wool sector itself. So, from the farmers, from wool merchants, sheep shearers, educators, designers, crafters, as well as industry reps and farming organisations. So I think the diverse membership and the all-island composition of the council is particularly welcome, and it's pleasing to see. I'm also encouraged by the establishment of the Wool Research and Innovation Hub, which is led by the Circular Bioeconomy Cluster Southwest at Munster Technological University, with members from a number of different higher education institutions involved. The stated purpose of the Wool Research and Innovation Hub is to bridge the gap between the idea and execution through new product research and innovation, enhancing the perceived value of Irish wool and ensuring a fairer return to primary producers and across the entire value chain. I think that's a goal everyone would like to see achieved. In relation to, my department on the Wool Council itself does not hold a seat, but we do continue to work closely and to support the Council. In fact, to date, no requests for the drawdown of the pledged €30,000 for the initial setups have been received by my department. But I do believe that the ambitions and the purpose of both the Irish Grown Wool Council and the Wool Research and Innovation Hub, along with the diverse knowledge and expertise of members of both groups, will be the key to unlocking the true potential of Irish wool going forward.
Thank you, Minister. And I welcome the setting up of the Wool Council. I welcome very much the setting up of the Wool Research and Innovation Hub. I'm a little concerned, it's over a year. And the report itself, I'm on record for saying it was excellent in parts and woolly in other parts. But the potential for the wool industry was huge. And there's a role for the government in this. And I'm concerned now that the department seems to be taking a step back in relation to this, rather than an active. If you think of the IDA, if you think of Enterprise Ireland, and here we are with huge potential within the wool industry, with farmers getting very little for their wool at the moment, and huge potential. I'd like to see more engagement from the department in relation to that. I'd like to have an outline of what are the governance in relation to the Wool Council, the reporting relationship back to the department. How often has it met? Has the department been in on those meetings? And what's the feedback mechanism and the overall monitoring of that? Has it been formed as a company limited by guarantee?
The recommendation from the feasibility study was that the Wool Council be established, and that it was established from the sector itself. It wasn't that the department or a minister should guide the work of that. I mean, I think that was very strong in the recommendation in the feasibility study. So, I mean, that's what has happened now. We have a very wide representation on the council itself. I understand it has met. I don't have a list of its meetings, but certainly I think it's met a couple of times since that 5th of April. I've engaged informally just at events I've been at with some of the members, farm events, and they seem satisfied with the progress that is being made. I think really what we would like to see, and certainly my department and myself would like to see some recommendations and proposals from the council at some stage. I mean, the potential, as you say, is massive for wool. And there is already, there are some smaller scale products that are coming from the wool sector here. And, the potential maybe to scale those up, I think, should be explored as well. If something is working, maybe there is, potential to grow it further. Thanks.
The report itself was detailed. There was over 100 and something pages in it. And it says on page 69, while there are existing bodies and groups all active in the sector, there is a need for a representative body. That's a Wool Council now, with government support and close links to the Department of Agriculture and the Food and the Marine. Then there were numerous recommendations, some of which applied to the Wool Council, others didn't in terms of example. For example, the report recommended the following, but importantly did not place the responsibility on the Wool Council. Training to be provided on wool handling, presentation, sorting and grading, data collection, huge absence of data. The creation of an apprenticeship, huge potential here, apprenticeships for determining the feasibility for scouring plant development and for wool testing, cooperatives, external programmes to promote Irish grown wool and so on. So when did all of those recommendations come under the remit of the Wool Council? Who made that decision? Or has it been made? Who's monitoring those recommendations? Thanks.
Just bring in Deputy Bernard Durkin.
Thank you, Ciarán. In support, I would like to ask the Minister the extent, if any, to which there is ongoing research and intensive research into alternative and value-added uses for wool, given the fact that it has come to an almost standstill in the market, whether this has been investigated to the extent that it should be now, and the degree to which those alternative uses have been researched, the result of such research, if any, and what is likely to take place in the future.
Thank you both for those. Look, I think the council, yes, is been established to do a number of issues. There are, as you say, far more recommendations in the feasibility study that we need to, push on with. Also, I think there are, I have been also at events where they are showing farmers how to manage their wool and how to keep it dag free and increase the value of the wool from that point. I suppose the research piece, we are dealing with that through the Wool Research and Innovation Hub through MTU. I think there's research to be done. I think the unfortunate situation is the demand just is not there for wool. The research we also need to do is in relation to the different types of wool. So, for example, like I understand, like Galway Wool Co-op is giving up to €2.50 per kilo for purebred Galway wool from purebred Galway sheep. I know there are opportunities for organic wool as well. It might be maybe double or treble the price. It's still double or treble a very low price. And this is the challenge here, is to both support the farmers, but also to create the marketplaces for the wool. There are, as I say, small opportunities there. And I think certainly building on those might be one of the first places to start.
Thanks, Minister.